Aha! Gotcha, you little bugger. I'm on cricket hunt. Actually, Rascal's on cricket. Hey. Yeah, you want to eat that. You can't. Into the water bottle it goes. There's two of them now. Chicken treats. Yes. For some reason, crickets are all over the voodoo garden, and I don't know why. Hey, how you doing? Oh. There. How's that? Much better? Recently, I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous episode, but recently I've noticed in my voodoo garden that, oh, by the way, welcome to the voodoo garden. My name is Ray. This is Rascal. We will be your hosts. Recently in the voodoo garden, I noticed that the dirt in my plants has been pushed out. When I come here in the morning, I thought, we have a mouse in here, and a mouse will not do. Hey, sniff. What's going on over there? Yep. This is my fearless hunter, and he keeps the mice away and the crickets. And the weird thing is that I saw, like I said, I saw the dirt all over the place on the tables and stuff, and little holes dug in there, and I thought, oh, this can't be good. A mouse will tear up the voodoo garden. So I set mouse traps all over the place. I know that sounds mean, but what are you going to do? You can't bargain with these guys. And I wasn't catching any mice, and I thought, well, that's kind of odd, because peanut butter is the best bait for a mouse trap, and these mice aren't going for it. And I thought, what's going on? And then I realized it was crickets. Yeah, there was crickets actually getting in there at night and using their big, fat, black cricket legs and kicking the dirt out and trying to dig. So Rascal and I went on a cricket hunt, and I found out something about little Crackhead that I didn't know. Crackhead does not just catch crickets, Crackhead eats crickets. Yes, he just catches them and he eats them, so he's really no good for cricket hunting. I like to catch the crickets and give them to the chickens because it's a good protein source, it's free, and he gets rid of my crickets. Problem is, whenever he catches it, and he's good too, you ought to see him go after a cricket sometime. Actually, I think if I ever get the camera outside and I catch a cricket, I'll actually show you Rascal. He's sitting there just, I'm trying to focus and trying to make a good episode here, and he saw me put the cricket in here, and now he wants it back because he caught it, and then I pushed him away, and then I grabbed it over here and I put it in the thing, so I got his breakfast. Sorry, but you can't eat everything. My gosh, save something for the chickens, you little piglet. But oh, so anyway, I caught the crickets and I solved my little problem. What is really kind of strange lately is I'm getting a lot of odd things in the mail. Yes, people like to send things to the voodoo garden, and I do appreciate it. You notice I turned off some of these lights because it was just too darn bright. I was going to come in here and I was going to film today, and it was awful hot. And I thought, oh, turn, and this is a good temperature. But people are sending me things in the voodoo garden. Trixie sent me these things, and no, it's not a magic wand. It's actually one of those, it's called Mini Hula Hoe. Fun to say, isn't it? Mini Hula Hoe. It's a little hoe, and you take it in the garden, and hold on, take a look at this. Well, you got the Maxi Hula Hoe, I guess, and you got the Mini Hula Hoe, and they're just these metal things on a handle, and you just rake it across the garden, and it pulls the weeds out or de-weeds it underneath the soil without having to grab it and get little stickers on your finger like I mentioned I get. Kind of neat. Yeah. And then I got this in the mail. The mail lady drives up and she's got this thing in her lap, and I know it's for me. She goes, I believe this is for you. And how did that get there? I attract tape, I don't know why. And this, yeah, that's scary, isn't it? And oh wow, it is kind of sharp. This is called a Razorback professional tool. And boy, this is, you know, I got this little one. You've seen that little crappy looking old school thing. Well, this one's a lot better than that. I guess it's for raking out the rows in my garden and stuff and pulling out stuff. Wow, that's amazing. Look at the teeth on this thing. They're huge. Yeah, scary, huh? Don't mess with me. And so I got this, and Ray apparently and Trixie, they decided that my garden tools aren't up to snuff. And I decided to go for a walk around the house yesterday, and this was in a box on my other door that I never used, so I don't even know how long this has been there. And this was from Ray too. This came in a box from Amazon. And by the way, everybody, thank you. You guys are nuts. And I guess it's I'm kind of speechless. I guess it's a nice thing that people want me to have good quality tools, and also on the flip side of this coin, they're like, Ray, your tools suck. Apparently my tools do suck, but oh, wow, this is something. I like this. This is shiny. I didn't expect it to be shiny. Oh, this is a potato fork. Oh, Spear and Jackson. This is nice. This has a warranty and everything. It says so right on the blade, on the box, on the running out of words. On the handle. Look at this one. Yeah, that's shiny, isn't it? Wow, that's beautiful. It's got metal all the way up here, not just that tinny little thing that they attach. Wow, it's a potato fork. Now that would have come in handy digging up potatoes instead of that stupid shovel I had. Ooh. I just poked a hole in my rug. Well, what can you do? I'm in the voodoo garden. I don't know anything about outdoor gardening. This is so cool. Thank you. Everybody is sending all these weird things. And my birthday was last month. And Mike, the dishwasher, if you don't know who Mike the dishwasher is, you haven't been paying attention to all the silly stuff going on my Facebook. People ask me, they go, who's this Mike you talk about? I said, he's the dishwasher. Whenever people ask who Mike is, I say he's the dishwasher because he's the one who washes the dishes. Mike knows how much I love gardening. And as I've told people, Mike is not a gardener. Mike does not care for gardening. He loves vegetables, but he doesn't really much care for gardening. So whenever I talk about gardening to him, you can kind of see his eyes glaze over and he starts thinking about his tools because he's into auto repair, which I think is fun too, but he's really into auto repair. So he collects Snap-on tools. Anybody out there that knows good quality tools, you'll know that Snap-on brand is like the Cadillac of, well, not Cadillac, okay, the Rolls-Royce of gardening, I mean, auto tools and home tools. So they're very expensive too. So Mike wanted to get me something really nice for my birthday, and boy, he went all out. These ones, I can't even read it because it's in Japanese, but it's like a tokahuno or takuno or something kind of tools, and they look like they're made for cartoon because of the color. And I want to show you these really quick. I'm not trying to show off, I'm just trying to show you. So hold on a second, let me show you these. The color definitely matches the Voodoo Garden, doesn't it? Yep. These are, from what I understand, the best quality hand tools you can get for the garden. These aren't Walmart brand, these aren't Craftsman brand. These things cost a lot of money, and I don't want to go into how much they cost because that's just kind of distasteful. But let me tell you, if you look them up online, if I can ever find the name, I'll put it in the description here. These are so far above anything I deserve as a gardener, I was actually shocked. I want to show you something, what a good quality tool can do. I mean, there's a lot of tools out there, and I don't endorse any particular kind of tool, but let me show you something that really caught me off guard and impressed me as a gardener. Take a look at this. Regular gardening tools are great for cutting off branches and leaves and stuff, but sometimes you may have a little bit of a ugly spot on a leaf. If you want to take that off, this kind of tool is wonderful because it's not only like a pruner, it acts like a scissors. See? You can do some fine pruning with these. And these are the regular pruners. There's also some needle nose in there. But one of the things you got to make sure of is you got to be very careful with these, because if you accidentally get your finger in there, it will literally slice your finger off before you know it. It's not one of those things where you're like, ow, that hurts. No, it will be gone. These are razor sharp, handmade steel tools from Japan. These are not on a factory. These are not made in the Bronx or anything. No offense to my friends in the Bronx, but these are really high quality precision tools, and they impressed the heck out of me. Wow. It just sounds good. I love just doing that with these. So they are going to come in handy when it comes for indoor. These are going to come in handy when it comes for indoor. I'm not going to use these for outdoor. I'm going to use my old crappy ones for outdoor pruning. But for indoor pruning, I'm definitely going to use these. And there was something that I showed you on a previous episode. This isn't just showing off tools. I want to show you something here in the Voodoo Garden, because the Voodoo Garden is always changing, and something really remarkable happened over here, and I have no idea how it happened, because this isn't supposed to do that. Take a look at this update that I have over here. I just noticed it this morning. This little thing is called the Polka Dot Plant. And I showed you a few episodes back that I got this little itty bitty plant in a little teeny tiny pot, and I transplanted it into the cup. Well, it liked its cup so much, it grew all of this stuff. It actually about doubled in size. All this stuff right here is all new, the stuff that has no polka dots. But look, can you see that right there? Little purple flowers. I've grown these polka dot plants before, and they've grown big and bushy and stuff. I've never ever known one to flower. Who knew? I didn't try to make this thing flower. I thought I was just going to grow it to be some kind of a weird looking bush. So this thing is going to flower, and I don't know, maybe I'll be able to get some seeds off of this and plant more. That is something else, an indoor plant that actually is going to produce seeds for me. That's a first in the Voodoo Garden. Never had that happen ever in my life. And while I have you down here, I might as well show you another one of my little cup garden plants. I call them my little cup gardens because they were in such itty bitty pots, and I put them into cups to grow them to start out with. This one I did not actually buy as a plant. These seeds were sent to me by a viewer. I planted the seeds, they germinated, and I have 3 of these growing. People call these, what do they call them? Tickle me not plants or something. They're just known as sensitive plants because look, this is great for a kid to grow. You touch them like this and watch what happens. Yep. They just close right up. It's a defense mechanism. And you can actually tap them like this. And look at that. That is cute. That is fun. They are a very interactive plant. If you have a child or somebody with a low attention span like me who likes weird things, this is a perfect plant to get them. You can usually get these at stores during the summertime because I think they're a tropical plant, and they don't offer them in the wintertime because they're hard to keep in the wintertime. But in a warm, humid climate, like close to a window, yep, you can definitely grow these things. They are a fun plant, and they will put out flowers. When this thing flowers, I'll let you know. And I want to send a big thank you to everybody for identifying this funky looking plant. This is called, ready for it? Drum roll. A Buddha belly plant. A Buddha belly plant, yeah. I posted this, and somebody actually identified this. Yes, they did. It's a Buddha belly plant. I had no idea. I even planted Buddha belly seeds. Apparently, somebody must have sent me some seeds, and I planted them, and they didn't sprout, and I forgot about them. Well, this thing got its mind right. It sprouted in another pot. I pulled the sprout up. It looked like a bean sprout. I shoved it in here, and look at this. What's going to happen if you go into Google and type in Buddha belly plant, you're going to see the most bizarre, creepy, strange looking, funny, fun plant you've ever seen. And it's supposed to have a big fat stalk and some really strange looking leaves. But yep, I have me a Buddha belly plant, and I couldn't be happier. This is definitely Voodoo Garden special as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, thank you for joining me in the Voodoo Garden. I got to get this place cleaned up because I was doing a little show and tell, and now I realize this is a pigsty. I got wrapping all over the place. I got leaves all over the place. I like to actually water the plants, hang out with the plants, talk to the plants, become one with the plants, but I really hate cleaning up this room. It's a grow room. Things fall off. Leaves fall off. Plants fall off a table. And I like to play with the plants, but cleaning up kind of sucks. So I guess I'm going to take an hour today and clean up, and Rascal's whining, so I got to let Rascal outside. But thank you everybody for joining me here for my little show and tell with my garden tools. I love it. I really do. Thank you so much everybody for all your generosity. This is overwhelming. This is actually very overwhelming for me. But I will put these to good use, and so don't worry. I will definitely use these, and I will definitely use these very well, and they're going to help out in the garden outside. Some of the tools are going to help out for the garden inside. Now I'm going to keep on growing. Oh wow, you need water. Why didn't you say anything, you big boob? Well, okay, well I got to water my pea slowly. Apparently I forgot. I'm falling behind here. Thanks everybody for joining me in the Voodoo Garden. I really do appreciate it. This is Ray, and Tool. We're out of here. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, one last thing. one last thing for a very special friend who's been bugging me like crazy. Here is an update on the bird of paradise, just for you. Hidden behind the pineapple, hidden behind the coffee tree is this little beauty that I grew from seed. This is a bird of paradise. A friend long ago, far away, sent me a little tiny seed, and they are the most colorful seeds you'll ever want to see. I tossed it in soil and I grew this, and this was one of the very first voodoo garden plants. Yes, this plant is now almost 5 feet tall, and it hasn't flowered yet, but it is putting out leaves like crazy. It has, I guess underneath the soil, it splits into multiple plants, and I think that's what it's doing. I have this behind my bench, and it's like a corner plant now, but as you can see, it's doing just fine. It's loving it here in the voodoo garden. Everything is doing just peachy with it. When it flowers, trust me, you are going to be the first. Well, I'll be the first to know. You'll be the second.